Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Under the Radar, Over the Moon. It is the month of May, which may explain, or not, why we're dressed like this, wearing funny hats. It's the Kentucky Derby, of course, and so here we are. Oh, and so Chris has made us a lovely beverage to go with our Kentucky Derby theme. Chris, what's in it?
We have a little seltzer water, we have some mint, we have some bourbon, just a little. What else do we have? A little sugar and a little more bourbon. And that is it.
Our mint juleps. Nice. Lovely. Thank you, Chris.
Beautiful thing.
Goes down.
My horse needs to graze.
Oh no,
It's okay. So I'm going to talk about my book first, and in order to do that, I need to take this horse off my head and change for an appropriate hat for the Kentucky Derby. The House Without Windows by Nadia Hashimi, and it is about this woman in Afghanistan who is the mother of four, a bit browbeaten, to say the least, by her husband, and one day her husband is murdered in the courtyard of their home, and his wife, Zeba, is right there, and she is catatonic. She's covered in blood. There's a hatchet nearby. Stands to reason she cracked and did it. And so she's taken away to a women's prison where we meet a lot of other women who may or may not have committed crimes that are against the law. They could have just been some strange transgression. And so we see how she starts to come out of her catatonic haze and interact with the fellow prisoners there. Now you flash back to this man, Yusuf, who grew up in Afghanistan, and his family fled the country, and they went to New York. He grew up in Queens, and he became a lawyer. And he is gone back to Afghanistan. He hears about this crime that she may or may not have committed, and he wants to represent her. So it's The House Without Windows by Nadia Hashimi. Pick it up, and you won't forget her, and you'll go back and read her other books, because she is wonderful. That's my book. Hey-o! Who's next?
Shoot, I'll go. I am going to be speaking to you about The American Girl by Kate Horsley. It centers on this young American exchange student who is living with this French family in this beautiful small French countryside village. But this family has some issues. So as an exchange student, this young girl arrives, witnesses this family just all over the place, and then eventually ends up kind of walking out of the woods under mysterious circumstances. She's beaten and bruised, and she actually gets hit by a car, and she can't remember anything when she's found. And we jump back and forth between two different characters, her and then this kind of do whatever it takes to get the story journalist who pretends to be her aunt. So we follow this investigator pretending to be her aunt, getting the lowdown on this girl. And then we also follow this girl's diary as she familiarizes herself with this family and becomes more and more involved with this kind of twisted older brother. And it'll just keep you guessing till the end. Both the relationship between this aunt and the girl is so well played out and developed, and the care that they kind of look out for each other and find the answer to the secret. And it's just so rewarding at the end when you get there. A really unique and amazing first-time novel by Kate Horsley. That's The American Girl.
All right, I'm going to talk about The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is a debut rom-com, and it was absolutely hilarious. I could literally not stop laughing from the first page. You just won't be able to put it down. It starts off with two kind of executive assistants in this publishing house that has recently gone through a merger. And so it immediately sets up this great little competition that they have, and they absolutely hate each other. They sit across from each other in this tiny little office, and they play the staring game, the HR game, the mirror game, and it's so funny listening all the games that they play against each other. So the real action starts when this new position opens up within the company that would put one of them as the boss of the other. And so that just completely ratchets up all of the competitions that they had so far. But that also throws them together a lot more. So it all starts with a searing kiss in an elevator and then goes from there. It's so sexy, it's so funny, and it's really kind of moving as well. Like, these characters have these backstories that make it a whole lot deeper than just, a fun, light rom-com. But it is fun and it is hilarious. And I also have a great quote from Kristen Higgins, who says, "A brilliant, biting, hilarious new voice. The Hating Game will take the rom-com world by storm. One of the best I've read ever." So, trust us, I guess. Just trust us.
So there you have it. Our books for the month of May. We hope that you enjoyed the Kentucky Derby. We hope that you enjoyed our selections. Now quit horsing around and go out and get these books and read them. All right then.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.